of Waterfalls. And in this episode, we're going to talk about the Grand Falls, otherwise known as the Chocolate Falls, which we will certainly do today. So here we are at the first, I guess, main overlook. But yeah, here you're essentially getting a side view of the Grand Falls, which is going pretty good right now. The gauge indicator this morning as of 6 a.m. says about 560 cubic feet per second. So this is what it looks like at 560 cubic feet per second. Earlier this week it was at like 10,000 cubic feet per second when it was in a flash flood state. It must be a pretty scary sight when it's flowing like that. But in any case, I'm actually, there's a parking area and toilets up behind me back there. But believe it or not, most people actually keep driving and they're way down there. But what I'm doing is I'm just sort of taking my time, just like I did the first time I was here. Just checking out each of the overlooks. There's another one over there I'm going to check out, and basically just walking this rim until I join those people down there to get the frontal view. But yeah, I'm savoring this, right? It doesn't happen that often. And you really got to time this waterfall. And so yeah, I'm going to go to the other overlooks and check it out. Alright, so here I am at the second overlook, and this appears to be the best vantage point in my mind as far as photography is concerned, because you get to see the little Colorado River bending past the base of the Grand Falls, looking chocolate as ever, considering this is monsoonal flow, flash flooding, and it's loud. Now, most of the people are missing out on this view because they kept driving down to the lower overlooks for a more direct view. But I actually think it's worth your time to park at the top, and maybe if you have a second driver, drop you off at the top and then let them drive down to the bottom if they don't want to do the walk. And this walk is pretty trivial. I mean, it's like barely, not even 10-15 minutes to get from this top all the way down to where the cars behind me are. So in my mind, it's really worth your while to check out each of the overlooks and get all the perspectives that you can of Grand Falls. Looking majestic as ever today. Check that out. right, so as I'm getting further down the walk, I was up there earlier, and I followed the trail around the rim, and as I get lower and lower towards that car back there, you can see that the views are getting more and more straighter of the Grand Falls, and you get a better appreciation of how wide this waterfall is and how thunderous it is. But yeah, for photography, it's a little more difficult. Plus, it's kind of looking against the sun in the morning. So yeah, I'm guessing, you know, if you're going to take photos from down there, you'll want your phone and put it in pano mode if you want to try to get the whole thing. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's sprayed. Careful. I can't look. I can't wipe it off. We need to use like a alcohol wipe. Yeah.
Oh, it's got the muddy thing.
Yeah, careful.
Yeah. Where did you get it sprayed at? You went over there. Aha. Okay. You can hear it. It's thundering. It's certainly looking like chocolate thunder. So it is possible to go to the bottom of the Grand Falls. You just have to go downstream a ways because it's too steep going in the other direction. Yep. Sit and scoop my way down here. So it turns out not a lot of people know about going down to the bottom still. Most people that went to the top stayed up there and then drove off. So I made it to the bottom of the Grand Falls. Now, as you can see, I can actually get closer into the mist zone, but there's a couple things that are preventing me from making that decision. One is that you know, if there's a flash flood, I'm screwed, and I don't want to be, you know, caught and it's morning right now, but I know that there's forecasts for thunderstorms coming later in the day. Don't want to linger here longer than I need to. But two, the mist actually leaves like a really sticky mud onto your camera lenses and all your equipment. It really messed up my wife's iPhone. She can't see her screen very much. So yeah, that's another reason why I don't want to get in the mist zone. But the bottom line is, when it comes to the bottom of the Grand Falls, one thing I noticed is there's a lot of people, a handful of cars that drove up, to the picnic area, with the frontal view of this waterfall. But I think most of them, they just take their pictures and leave. They have no idea that you can actually go to the bottom of this waterfall. And I think the reason why is because most of them don't realize that you have to walk a bit further downstream to the point where it's not terribly steep. I mean, it's still steep, but it's not dangerously steep like these basalt cliffs that you see behind me, right? Because they're both slippery and they're fragile. But as you go further downstream and you'll see footprints, there's actually quite a few people that have gone that way. It's not terribly dangerous. You just got to be cognizant of your surroundings and of your footing and your footwear, come prepared, that kind of a thing. But even down here, I mean, it's a different perspective, and I'm here all by myself. I mean, there's dozens of people up there. But down here, it's nice at Grand Falls.